Next, let's kiki on this interesting story. So in the recent interview when Ziwe asked Monét X Change to name her favorite letter in the LGBTQIA, Monet declared promptly, anointing lesbians as the super species. In a moment that felt equal parts sermon and celebration, Monet praised lesbians for embodying everything bold, brilliant, and right with the world. Queer women-centered and powered by unmatched resilience. The exchange wasn't just a soundbite, it was a cultural wink, an affirmation wrapped in humor and love. Watch this.
I wish I was a lesbian.
You do?
Yeah, but any is just so hard.
Oh.
Like, there's a lot to consider there. Like, I'm really good at eating stuff, but not like, you know
I
what
think
mean?
you could figure it out if you spent some time.
Well, there's so many buttons and levers and things you have to push. Like, is it the major or the minor? I don't know. Like, which one do you engage?
Got it.
I don't think I've ever seen a vagina in real life.
Let's just use our imagination. With your finger, could you draw a vagina?
That's it.
That's your final answer?
If I had one, that's what it would look like, for sure.
Okay.
That's why I love lesbians.
That was everything. Monét X Change crowns lesbian supreme. What are we all talking about? What do you think, Rye?
She's absolutely right. You know, and when she talks about that answer, she talks about how, you know, lesbians combine two of the greatest things, queer people and women. And it's so true. That's why they are the superior. You know, I was actually thinking about this when I first saw it. I was driving over here, and women just get shit done. Men complain so much. We'll like do things begrudgingly, but like women get shit done. Particularly lesbians. I mean, and this is for you young people. I'm looking direct to camera for this one. If you have not done your research on what lesbians did for gay men during the beginning of the HIV/AIDS epidemic, you need to do some research and then go hug your lesbian friend and say thank you so much for being such a big part of our history, our survival. You all carried this shit for us. Excuse my language.
No, please. I love it that you curse. So you never curse. 'Cause, like, you're such a lady. Like, you know, he's like clutching his pearls. I love it when he curses, you know, because I have such a sailor's mouth, you know. Folks, if you don't know what happened, right? People ask all the time, why is the L the first letter in the acronym? Right. Well, it used to be GL. Right. And during the AIDS crisis, when many of our gay boys were in beds, shunned by their families, trying to get some kind of health care, lesbians came to their sides. They were the ones that were holding their hands. They were the ones that were filling out the paperwork needed or necessary to maybe get some additional help in some way, shape, or form. They were administering meds. I mean, like, you name it, across the board. I'm not making this shit up. I learned this a couple of years ago myself. So it is my duty to make sure that you know this, because it's so important. There was an understanding back then between gay men and lesbians. There was, I got you now and you take care of us later. And that was dropped somewhere that went to shit. I don't know where. I'm not saying that we're not united, but we're not united as we should be from that trauma and that chaotic time. And we lost many men during that time, you know?
We did. And it's so horrible. You know, I think the biggest thing that came out of creating change for me was the necessity for us to create a community of belonging. That there is so much in our world that we let divide us, that is such utter bull.
Yeah.
We are all a bit part of one big queer community.
100%.
And what's so beautiful about us is the things that make us different. That when we can learn to celebrate our diversity, the things that are unique about us, whether that be how we live our lives, our presentation, our art, our work, whatever it may be, and make people feel loved and welcomed and valued and like they belong, then we're going to start winning in a big way.
But that needs to happen big time. And until then, remember that Monét X Change said that lesbians were the super species.
It's true.
Just saying. Tell your friends. All right. Oh, what did you think about her vagina drawing? That was.
You know, as someone who has years of expertise in never seeing a vagina, I will tell you that
Are you a gold star?
I'm platinum.
No way. You were C-section?
Yeah.
Oh, that is so amazing.
I know you didn't know you were in bed with someone who is a
No,
celebrity who's
I mean,
famous, but,
wow. Like,
yeah.
I need for you to sign something. Like, you're like, wow. I think
That's
it's
right.
you and Greg Shapiro are the only two I know that, like, and I think he's lying. Anyway, but I just don't think he wants to be associated with a vagina at all. So
Fair.
he just says that. But
So I think it's very artistically accurate.
okay, well, there you go. Well, folks, this is an important conversation for our LGBTQ plus community.